Hi. So it is get a little more comfortable here. It's day two. Day two. We're still here in Flint. We didn't leave. We didn't start on our adventure leaving Michigan today, mostly because there were some um, errands that needed to be ran. So I had to go ahead and book another night here. And actually, I think I got it cheaper than last night because turns out that when I thought I was calling the motel here, I was actually calling a third party, and so of course they got their cut, and so I kind of got hosed a little bit there. They got $30 for themselves. So supposedly I was only charged like $58 for the night, for tonight. So, um, so update on today. Well, actually, I want to backtrack, and I wanted to say that my flight last night was it was really awesome. The crew were amazing. There was actually, I forgot to mention this on the previous video, that there was a mother son uh, um, that was on the team, on the crew there. So that was her last flight. He made the announcements. The son made the announcements for the flight and all that, and of course he embarrassed his mom a little bit and um, announced her retirement. So that was her final flight and her retirement flight there, as it were. And so it was a lot of fun. They were really good people. I was confused on the time zone, right? So I kept thinking, like, man, that the math is just not mathing, right? Well, I didn't realize that here in Flint is actually Eastern time zone. I was thinking it was Central time zone, so that would account for why the math was not mathing. So um, they said it was a 3 hour and 46 minute flight, whereas in my itinerary it said it was a 4 hour and 3 minute flight. I mean, not that I'm going to squawk, but we actually did arrive early, as I think I spoke about that in yesterday's video. We were supposed to be there at 11:39, and we actually touched down at 11:16. So that was pretty cool. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Allegiant Airlines. Your staff were amazing. The Pam was her name, was the one who retired, and so best of luck to you. God bless you. Enjoy your retirement. So back to today. I talked to Stefan last night, and he said he'd be up early-ish, and early-ish for him was like 9 or 10 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And so I actually got up, and I woke him up. I figured he'd be up, and so I got up at 9, kept hitting the snooze button until about 9:15, then I rolled up, took a shower, and got dressed and went down there, and I'm all happier and chippier and ready to go, thinking I'm going to go get some continental breakfast, but come to find out the continental breakfast it only went from like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., and I'm like, people still have breakfast like up until like 11 o'clock, right? But maybe I might wake up early enough to go take care of that and take advantage of that while I'm here. So errands. So we did basically I ran some errands for him. Turns out that he had two bad tires, rear tires, that were they were on the flat side, and of course they took one look at them and said those are winter tires, and those winter tires are going to get shredded. If you're driving back home to Oregon. So we had to get two new all seasonal tires for Stefan, and it was about $225, is what it is. He had some money, and I paid 108 and some change. Got his he has a check engine light, and we figured that out, but it's one of those things where that can wait until we get back home. It's just gonna mean we're just gonna have really bad gas mileage, and the reality is that he thought it was gonna be an O2 sensor, and it ended up being like an ERV gasket, which is my understanding is it's just going to affect gas mileage. And I mean, I drove cross country in my Pontiac Grand Am with a bad O2 sensor, and so I mean, we'll just have to deal with it. That the gas mileage won't be as optimum, but it is what it is. Got his car repacked, and realistically, it was one of those things where his ex-wife packed it for him, and most likely it I don't know that I could have done it any better. I don't know if I did any better, but I did make some space for what remaining bags he has in his room, and my 3 bags, my laptop, which is right behind. I'm using to prop up my phone. My main bag, and then my CPAP. So, oh yeah. So I went to the Walmart. That's where I went to. The local Walmart here is where I went to get the tires taken care of. It's a super center there, and I gotta say, like, there's a little bit of like an inner city vibe here in Flint, or at least in this area of Flint. And I'm not knocking inner cities or anything like that. I'm not trying to say, anything derogatory there. If anything, I'm praising this Walmart because, like, where I'm from, the Walmarts there on 82nd Drive there in Portland are ghetto as could be. I mean, like, they're not very well staffed. They don't have that sense of clean and orderliness. I'm not saying that they're dirty. Not that. I'm not saying clean as in like the opposite of dirty. I'm saying it just has this environment of just everything is orderly and nice and presentable, and it doesn't look like trash. And unfortunately, the Portland stores. I mean, I go in there and it always kind of looks trashy. I complimented a couple of the employees. I'm like, I'm from Oregon, and our Walmarts don't look this nice. So you guys have done something right. So that's just, I'm praising the Flint, Michigan Walmart, super center there. You have a nice store. So game plan for tomorrow is that we're going to get up whenever we get up. We have to check out by 11. But I think we're going to try to, get up and out and early, a little earlier, get on the road, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, tentatively, we're going to get up. We're going to pack up. And we're going to load up. And then we're going to start the adventure of driving back home. So, Flint, Michigan's been nice. I've met quite a few people here. I mean, people are kind of approachable. People are different from various regions, and I met some pretty decent folks here, and they seem like there's some nice people here. So Michigan's been decent, and I've kind of liked it. I don't know if you can hear, but this room sucks. This toilet is still running, and like I'll flush it again, it'll be fine. And then like last night, it just started running on its own. Didn't really notice that there were some spots on the ceilings, and I don't know. This is one of those kind of motels where it's there's the Baymont, which I think is probably like the nicer of the two, but these two are actually connected. And then I'm days in, and it's like nicer is over there and ghetto is right here. Sorry, it kind of is. At least the beds are comfortable, and I'm not completely freezing. I'm remembering that one Motel 6 on my way to Kentucky where I froze that night, and all the blankets that I had in my car still didn't keep me warm. At least here it's not quite fall yet, so I can always turn the AC off which I did last night because it got a little too cold in here. But this AC is pretty cool because it's running at 63 degrees. So, but at any rate, I'm kind of rambling on, and I'm tired. my back's been kind of bothering me. The normal uh, aches and pains that I have in my spine because of the arthritis. But all in all, everything's good. I think we're as prepared as we can possibly be to get on the road tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm planning on going to Streeter, that's in Illinois, and seeing my cousin again. So, unfortunately, cuz I can only spend the one night, but at least I'll come see you and Mike. So, I'll come see you guys, and it'll be good to see you again. So, love you. And then after Streeter, I think I was gonna try to just go straight through Iowa and into Nebraska from there, and depending on how much traveling he can handle, I'm hoping to get to Grand Island, and then stay there in Grand Island, which was, that's when I'm in Nebraska. That's where I usually go, is Grand Island, because it's my grandfather's hometown, and I've stayed at that motel a couple times. And I told him today, I broke it to him today, that we're going to Streeter. We're going to see my cousin, because she'll probably feed us. Please and thank you. I love your food, cuz. No, that's fine. But I also told him that we were going to take a little side trip to Fullerton, which was my grandmother's hometown. And that's my cousin's grandmother's hometown. So she's my second cousin, for all those who were wondering how that's working out, is that my grandmother and her grandmother were sisters, actually born same day, two years apart. So she's my second cousin, so I'm going to go see her. And then I'm going to go, I want to stop in Grand Island so that I can go to Fullerton and go to the cemetery there again, and go pay my respects to my Kennedy ancestors. Because the last time I went there, I was looking for my grandfather's grandfather and didn't realize that I'd walked right past my grandfather's great-grandfather, saying to his headstone, "Hey, you're the wrong Kennedy. You're not the Kennedy I'm looking for." And then come to find out when I got home that Mom had informed me that was my great-great-great-grandfather that I just snubbed. And so I'm going to go back to that cemetery, and I'm going to say, "Sorry, Grandpa." So we're in good spirits. For those who know Stefan and are watching the series of videos, he's in better spirits. I think I can say that. I don't think he'd be upset about that. He kind of got at me when I knocked on the door a couple times, and the second time, like, "Wake up, sleepyhead," and he's like kind of got at me like a grumpy old man, "Get off my lawn," kind of thing. And it was kind of funny. So, but he did say that he was glad to see me, and he was glad that to finally have some human interaction. And I've been there. I got it. I totally get it. So we're gonna hopefully get him on a road to. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, but I do know that life is about do-overs, and I think that he's primed for another do-over in life. So when I say that this is a road to redemption, I'm not saying that, making any kind of negative connotation about him or life choices or anything like that, because I'm not judging. But life is about do-overs, and I think he is on a path to re-emerging and taking a life do-over. And I don't know, we'll see where it goes. Hopefully it'll be better for him. That's what I'm praying for. So at any rate, that's it, because I've rambled on for damn near 15 minutes now, and I think I'm just gonna cut it short now, because this has really been more of a ramble than anything. But I'm doing okay. He's doing okay. Everything is fine. we're both in good spirits, and can't wait to get on the road. So thank you all for your thoughts and your prayers and your encouragements and all that. Thank you for just keeping us, you know, in your thoughts and prayers and encouragements. So those back home, I'll see you soon. Probably about a week and a half. So, I mean, well, hopefully no more than a week and a half, because if it's more than a week and a half, then we got issues. Because that's all my PTO is allotted for. Is that I'm due back at work on the 15th, so I'm hoping that I can get the major bulk of us getting home is this week, and if at all possible, I can get back home to the point where I can go back to work early and not have to burn more PTO than what was necessary. That's my hope, but it all depends on. I got to accommodate him, because it's all in how with his disability and how his body feels. So we play things by ear, day by day. So we're good. Life is good. Michigan has been pretty cool. I think I like it. So no, I don't want to move here. I don't want to live here. I'm just saying that the people have been pretty cool here. So but I'm signing off now. So just remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. And that's the God honest truth, is that Jesus loves you, and so do I. I almost said God awful, and I didn't mean that. But you guys take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, the Lord loves you, seriously. And we'll chat soon. All right, take care. Bye.